Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always, that's the wrong button.
It's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse Magazine. I got my Cuban links.
Yes, Cuban B.
And I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oak Lawn.
I'd rather be trapped as than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves get good.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me, as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the Crying Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry the Sniper Spears.
Hey, don't rub on that. You block that. You understand? That's alpaca. That's $25,000 alpaca. You block that shit. Right. You don't rubble. Put the club soda on there.
Put the club soda on the
Yes.
Alpaca. But hey, look at this. Well, first, let's story time. Why Denzel? So we were finally told that we have to stop using copyrighted material. I have the permission to use my song as intro. Unfortunately, we don't know Jay-Z as well as we know my friend Adrian. So we didn't have the rights for that. So that's why the new sound dropped. I'm sorry, buddy.
Boo.
I know,
but that's my favorite part of that movie. So
I had to trim a few out of there, and I'm just kind of trimming them as I go as they get dinged. So I'm going to push it as far as I can. But once something gets dinged, we pull it down. Anywho, Junior Mafia popping off in the chat. Don't worry, Vander Beatty, the oh so sexy Vander Beatty, who I hope is related to Ned Beatty. We will, because your boy here finally did his mom justice. That's right. I hit my single on Friday at Santa Anita in race 2. What were the odds? Maybe don't worry about that. Maybe don't worry about what the odds were. Just worry that it was a single and it got home. Barry, any thoughts on me finally getting it done for Big Nance?
I was gonna say, you're really gonna count that, huh?
It's about singles, man. It's about the one horse you can single. I think it was a singleable horse. I don't feel ashamed. I did honor by my mother. Anywho, Barry, let's talk about what we're going to be talking about this week. First, just happy Belmont week, everyone, because we got the Belmont at Saratoga on Saturday, and we'll be focusing on Saratoga. Don't worry, we're going to look at it Wednesday through Friday, but they're not running at the spot currently. So we're shifting our picks for today for what some people consider to be the spa of synthetic surface tracks. That's right, Presque Downs. Barry and I have dug through the Monday Presque Downs card to give you our best pick 3 bets today. We're talking Presque Downs today, Monday, the 2nd of June, year of our Lord, 2025, post time, 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 God's time, 12:30 Pacific time. Let's dig into it. Pull up some past performances. Cheer. Barry, I'm going to be leading us off today because I did not sit on my hands very long. My pick 3 comes in race 1 and runs through race 3. And I thought that this pick 3 that opens this card with some short fields gave an opportunity to single and also have some contrarian picks with a bigger base wager of this pick 3. I'll already tell you that I'm thinking it's going to be a $5 base wager here, but this ticket's only going to cost you $20. So we kick it off in race 1, 6 furlongs, a $6.25 thousand claimer on the synthetic. In this race, I thought it was pretty simple. You have a bunch of very reluctant early speed and a horse on the rail that probably has to go. So I think that the one horse will make the lead in this race and take them all the way around. So I'm going to single in this race as soon as I find James Brown.
Yes, I'm singing. I want to mingle.
You want to mingle?
Yeah.
Vander Beatty is very correct. A win is a win. But my single is actually going to be this number 1, looking to excel at 5-1. When you encounter some of these paceless races where it seems like no one necessarily wants to go, my attention always go to the horse that I think will be on the lead controlling the pace. And I think that's going to be looking to excel in this spot. The 3 career wins over synthetic surfaces, including one at Presque Downs. This is the first one in the Lance Stokes barn, but the figures on synthetic look great, and the pace setup is how this one steals it on the front end, I think. And it makes it look even more enticing, I think, when you consider the weight break this horse gets, only carrying the 116. Hopefully, this jockey Bays knows how to put that weight break to use. And we go out and we steal this one on the front end with a 5-1 single in race 2. Or sorry, in race 1. Now we've moved to race 2, 6 furlongs, $25,000 claimer on the synth. Here in the middle leg, I spread out to go too deep with a logical and a speed I like, just in case that speed can hold. One of which is a little bit chalky, but with a single at 5-1 in the first race, I'm okay adding it to the ticket. My top choice is going to be the one, Rocket Dragon, at 5-2. Very logical horse here that should sit off of the pace and stock for Aldana Spieth with Scott Spieth up in the irons. Based on the speed figures, this one should definitely be around at the end. And if it does get a little warmer pace-wise, then this is a natural choice to win this thing when he picks up pieces late. I'm also going to use the 4, Snow Name, at 4-1, because this is the horse I think could win the race on the front end in the event no one else goes. And it's coming off the best last out buyer also at 81. So I finish up my pick 3 in race 3, 6 furlongs, $16,000 optional claiming. This is another race where I'm not so sure if the pace develops, though I do have 3 horses projected as maybe winning the front early. I'm using the horse that will pick up the pieces in the event as my, in that event as my top pick. Then using the one horse I think will either be controlling the pace or sitting just off of it and ready to run by those weaker speeds when they fade. So my top choice is actually going to be this 2 Goose Hunter at 6-1. Adam Rice, Gallardo, they're teaming it up with this one. It's very much could have the pace set up here, and therefore very much has a great shot at this price if that assertion is correct. It has a history of firing first off the layoff to win after shipping in from Penn like we're seeing today. And then I'm also going to use the 6 Noble Jet at 7-2. This is the horse that I think could control the pace all the way around if these other speeds weaken like I'm expecting. This could be who Goose Hunter is trying to wrangle in the last 2 furlongs. So I'm using those 2 horses, the 2 Goose Hunter, and then the number 6 Noble John at 7-2. That makes my pick 3, 1 with 1-4 with 2-6. Keeping it slim and trying to slam it, Barry. Do you have any thoughts?
Pretty bold there with that play.
Pretty bold, he says. You know what else is pretty bold? A bag of the breakaway bold from our friends at SureBet Coffee. Listen, don't forget, check out SureBetCoffee.com. The SureBetties would sure appreciate it if you picked up a bag of that breakaway bold, because $1 of every bag sold goes to equine aftercare, and it helps take Colombian farmers up out the dope game.
It's time to fuck shit up with SureBet in your cup.
And guys, don't forget the Belmont Stakes coming up. So bet the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga with Naira Bet. Sign up today. Use the promo code SGPN25 and get a $25 free bet plus a $200 deposit match bonus. Whether you're a seasoned bettor or just getting started, Naira Bets makes it easy to jump into the action. This exclusive offer is just for Belmont Stakes, so don't wait. Join now. Claim your free $25 Belmont bet today at NairaBets.com/SGPN25. Burry, you've got to pick 3 for us. And actually, I think technically we have a team pick 5 here because you kick yours off in race 3. What were you thinking in race 3?
Yeah, I thought race 3 was kind of interesting because the 2 morning line favorites, the 3 Prairie Hawk and the 5 Old Town Road, are combined 1 for 7 on the synthetic. Prairie Hawk has never run on it. And to me, and in my experience, that horses that have run well on it continue to run well on it. And I'm going to go with horses that fit that sort of mold. I'm going to use the 2 Goose Hunter, who is 5 for 23, 14, places in the money on the synthetic. He seems to like it. It's coming off a little bit of a layoff, which is okay, and some workouts at Presque Downs, which is good. And that 5 for 23 record is all at Presque Downs also. I'm going to use the 4 Aquitania Arrival, who's 3 for 4 on the turf, on the synthetic, with 1 second. Win last time was really good at a huge higher level than this. This is a big drop in class despite the win last time. So I'm expecting Aquitania to kind of do what she pleases with this race, or he do what he does. And then I'm also going to use Noble John the 6, another one 5 for 10 with a second on the synthetic. It's been running good, has a couple of good workouts at Penn National. The last one on May 26th. You know, and the trainer does pretty well in synthetic as well. So we're going to just go against the favorites here and use the 2, 4, and 6.
There we go. He has the 2, 4, and 6 in the first leg. Let race 3. We move on to race 4, 8 furlongs, $7,500 maiden claiming. Barry, what are you doing for this 1 mile maiden claimer?
Yeah, not too creative in this race. I'm going to take the drop downs. The 5, Issa Vibe, who's come in from Laurel on the turf for Kerry Bryan, who's a really decent trainer. She does well on the synthetic. And I think Issa Vibe kind of fits here. And then I'm also going to use High Track, the 8, who is another drop down coming in from Tampa. Had one spin over the track at a mile, cuts back in distance. Should be, actually, he doesn't cut back in distance, going the same route of ground as he did before. But I think the synthetic makes all the difference for this horse. This horse is just a purely better horse on the synthetic track and should be better than these class-wise. So we're going to use the 5 and the 8.
Then you wrap it up, race 5. You also wrap up our team pick 3 here. So $6,250 claim and going 6 furlongs, of course, on the synthetic. How do you finish it out?
This is another race where the favorites don't really have a great record on the synthetic. Combined, they are 2 for 10 with 1 second between the 4 Combat Hoofs and the 5 Carlatuck. Now, that's not automatically a disqualifier, but again, I would rather go with horses that have run and won on there more consistently. I did that. I used the 1 Queen Anna T, who actually won last time out in a non-winners of 3, stepping up into this but fits. We're going to use the 2 All About Me, same scenario, but just was in a $5,000 non-winners of 3. Comes into this race, and he kind of ran off in that race at Belterra. Doesn't have any synthetic wins or starts, so that should be interesting. 4 to 1 seems a little low. I think that price might float up. Sweet Baby Ray, who would be my top pick, coming in from Turfway. This horse has been keeping way better company. 8 to 1 seems like a bit of an overlay if we can get it. Has some good workouts going into this. I think that horse kind of stands out a little bit. And then we're also going to use the 7 Tashima, who's 2 for 9 on the synthetic. Hasn't been on it in a while and is cutting back from a mile. Showed speed going a mile at a higher level or at the same level. Just the cutback makes a lot of sense here. This horse seems to be better around 1 turn anyway. So we're going to use the 1, 2, 3, and 7 to close it out, and then we're going to go stand in line to cash our ticket.
That's always the most important step.
Yes, can't forget that.
Get the money. Make sure you get the money. Always get the money. Here's how I plan on getting the money. Barry, how do you feel about recapping picks?
It's a necessity.
It is a necessity. I'll lead it off today. I've got my $5 base pick 3, $20 total bet. Starts in race 1 where we're single in the 1. We're going to go 1-4 in race 2. And then in race 3, we're going to go 2-6. Burry.
Yes. So we're going to race 3. We're going to use the 2, 4, and 6. Race 5. Race 4, I'm sorry. The 5 and 8. In race 5, the 1, 2, 3, and 7 for $1 for $24.
All right. Let's figure this out. So we would go 1, 1, 4, 2, 4, 6, 5, 8, 1, 2, 3, 7 for the team pick 5. Let's see what that would be. Let's see. So we got 1 by 2 by 3. So that's 6 times 2, 12, 12, 24, 36, 48, $24 pick 3. Or sorry, pick 5. There we go. Look at that math. Mathing on the fly. That's Listen, I had to learn that skill elsewhere. That's not Little Rock Public Schools, guys. That is
No way. That's definitely track math.
Yeah, man, they failed me. I got all my education I needed at the track. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for us here today. At the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Play those pick threes at Presque later cards. So have fun. Relax a little bit before the card starts. Wednesday is when we start diving into the Saratoga. I think we're gonna have our first morning guest, Sarah El Badwi, going to join us Wednesday for Saratoga best bets for Saratoga. Thursday, we got our boy Ken Rudolph joining to talk. I guess it would be Acorn Stakes Day that Friday. What do we call that?
Friday before the Belmont.
For the Friday before the Belmont, we've got Ken Rudolph joining us, and then Mr. Naira himself, Matthew DeSantis, is going to be joining us Friday. We'll be talking the big day, Belmont Stakes Day. Barry, you have any parting words for the people?
Yeah, stay hydrated. It's hot out there.
Always stay hydrated. It's just good for your skin. It's just good for your skin. All right, that's going to do it for us.
Sunscreen, also good for your skin.
Like that one song when we were in like 99 or so. All right, anyway. That's going to do it for us here at the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We will catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.